This is Jyoti. Let's get into the details. Juan Antonio Samaranch Jr., a candidate for the International Olympic Committee IOC presidency, spoke to media about the challenges ahead in an increasingly complex global landscape. The 65-year-old Spaniard emphasized that his extensive experience dealing with the heads of state uniquely positions him to navigate the current political climate, where foundational principles like universality, fraternity and unity are now being questioned. Samaranch, who is one of 7 candidates vying for the IOC presidency, will face off against his rivals when IOC members cast their votes on March 20 in Costa Navarino, Greece, as the race for one of the most influential positions in global sport intensifies. Samaranch remains steadfast in his belief that maintaining composure and calm is crucial in these turbulent times.
Important events in his presidency to come, together with, for example, the 250th anniversary of the creation of the United States of America. The Americans understand the Olympics, follow the Olympics like nobody else. They love the Olympics, and Olympics in American soil have always been very extraordinary. And I'm sure that the organizing committee and the people from California, and certainly the federal government in Washington, are looking at that as a great opportunity to impress the world on what they can do. So we have the same objective. We are getting into a very, very complicated world. So we have to do the best, to the best of our ability, to keep our head calm and make sure that we serve the purpose. The purpose is bring all the youth of the world regularly every 4 years or every 2 years with the winter under the same roof, under the extraordinary symbol of the Olympic Village, to demonstrate that another world is possible, regardless of the luck that a man or a woman or a youngster has had by being born in a country, in a political system, in a religion, or the hope is that we are all having the same rights. Until a year ago or 6 months ago, we would go anywhere, we say universality, fraternity, all together, unity, and that was undisputed truth. Now it's a very disputed truth. So our job is not going to be that simple. Never simple, but it's not going to be that obvious. On the other hand, we are more needed, and our values, I think, are more needed in the world than ever before, because we are one of the only beacons left of this idea of universality, fraternity, really celebrate the differences, because it's a much more interesting world if we are not all the same. One of the 3 most important events.
US President Donald Trump welcomed British Prime Minister Keir Starmer to the White House for crucial talks on the ongoing Ukraine crisis. During their meeting, Starmer is expected to advocate for a US backstop to ensure any ceasefire agreement in Ukraine is supported and upheld. The discussions come at a critical time as global leaders continue to search for a resolution to the war in Ukraine, with both countries seeking a unified approach to peace and stability in the region.
President Trump, can you get a peace deal done in Ukraine?
Yes, we can.
How confident are you, sir?
Yeah, well, thank you.
Prime Minister, will you get a backstop, will you?
President Trump, can you get a peace deal done in Ukraine?
Yes, we can.
How confident are you, sir?
Yeah, well, thank you.
Prime Minister, will you get a backstop with you?
British Prime Minister Keir Starmer emphasized the vital importance of the UK-US relationship during his visit to Washington, D.C. Speaking at a roundtable with US business leaders and British Ambassador to the US, Peter Mandelson, Starmer highlighted the desire to strengthen ties between the two nations. Ahead of his meeting with President Donald Trump, Starmer stated, "We want to work with you. We want to welcome you to Britain. We want a new partnership," underscoring the UK's commitment to a closer and more dynamic relationship with the United States.
My message is really simple, that there is no more important relationship for the United Kingdom in defence, in security, in trade, in tech, in finance, and so much more. We share fundamental values of openness, of democracy, freedom of speech, freedom to thrive, and freedom to pursue the future. A freedom which, this week, we've shown our willingness to defend with the biggest sustained increase in our defence spending since the Cold War. My message is we want to work with you, we want to welcome you to Britain, we want a new partnership, because our history shows that when we work together, and my message is really simple, that there is no more important relationship for the United Kingdom in defence, in security, in trade, in tech, in finance, and so much more. We share fundamental values of openness, of democracy, freedom of speech, freedom to thrive, and freedom to pursue the future. A freedom which, this week, we've shown our willingness to defend with the biggest sustained increase in our defence spending since the Cold War.
Ahead of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's anticipated meeting with the US President Donald Trump in Washington, Kyiv residents have expressed mixed reactions to a potential deal granting the US access to Ukraine's vast mineral resources. While the deal promises economic benefits, many Ukrainians are questioning the terms and what their country will gain in return. Local citizens voiced concerns about the fairness of the deal and whether it truly serves Ukrainians' long-term interest. As discussions intensify, there are growing calls for transparency and assurances that the agreement will bring tangible benefits to Ukraine's economy and its people.
Має бути взаємовигідне співробітництво. Тобто ми всі чуємо про те, що ми маємо поділитися доходами від корисних копалин, але не до кінця зрозуміло, що ми отримуємо взамін. Тому що йдуть досить суперечлива інформація про те, що нібито наша воєнна підтримка буде призупинятися. Тоді питання, що ж ми тоді отримуємо на замін?
Я вважаю, що ця угода є можливістю покращити, поліпшити ту все-таки одіозна адміністрація. Але нам треба з нею якось співіснувати і щось придумувати, і якось вибудовувати нові паттерни своєї поведінки і у світі.
В яких умовах зупинка війни? Що таке зупинка війни? Це капітуляція теж зупинка війни, втрата територій і умови, на яких там Стамбул, не Стамбул, хтось там щось хотів підписати. Це теж зупинка війни. Чи зупинка війни не стане ще більшою трагедією, ніж війна? Оце дуже важливо.
US President Donald Trump has expressed optimism about the future of US-Britain trade relations, stating that the two nations will ultimately secure a very good trade agreement for both countries. Speaking at the White House, Trump emphasized the positive outlook for the trade partnership, highlighting the potential benefits for both the United States and the United Kingdom. This statement comes amid ongoing discussions on strengthening economic ties and advancing trade negotiations between the two nations.
President Trump, can you get a peace deal done in Ukraine?
Yes, we can.
How confident are you, sir?
Yeah, well, thank you.
Prime Minister, will you get a backstop, will you?
President Trump, can you get a peace deal done in Ukraine?
Yes, we can.
How confident are you, sir?
Yeah, well, thank you.
Prime Minister, will you get a backstop, will you?
US President Donald Trump has stated that a peace deal between Ukraine and Russia needs to be reached soon, warning that if it doesn't happen in the near future, it may not happen at all. Speaking on the issue, Trump expressed confidence in the progress that has been made, noting that the situation is moving forward pretty rapidly. He emphasized the urgency, stating it will either be fairly soon or it won't be at all, highlighting the high stakes involved in bringing an end to the conflict.
Very hard to get that war brought to an end. I think we've made a lot of progress, and I think it's moving along pretty rapidly. And I want to thank all of the people that are here that have been working on it. And we'll let you know what happens. It'll either be fairly soon or it won't be at all. We're working very hard to get that war brought to an end. I think we've made a lot of progress, and I think it's moving along pretty rapidly. And I want to thank all of the people that are here that have been working on it. And
Hundreds of exhausted young men who have endured harrowing conditions in camp centers in Myanmar are now pleading to return home after escaping what they describe as hell. These workers are among approximately 7,000 individuals from various countries who have been freed from the illegal camp compounds that have proliferated in Myanmar's lawless border regions in recent years. Many of these men are currently in an open-sided detention center awaiting repatriation to their home countries through Thailand. The ordeal has left them traumatized, and they are desperate to reunite with their families after enduring exploitation and abuse. Hong Kong is breathing new life into its historic border zone with China by offering walking tours that take visitors to the nearly abandoned Kuk Po village. Once home to Hakka people from southern China, the village is being revived as part of an alternative tourism initiative that highlights the region's rich history on a recent January weekend. Tourists flock to the picturesque village nestled in valleys on three sides to explore its tranquil beauty and unique heritage. This side of Hong Kong is something that I never imagined, said Kevin Choi, a 24-year-old Singaporean exchange student, sharing his surprise at the village's charm. The tours not only offer a glimpse into the past but also provide an opportunity to explore lesser-known parts of the city.
So I'm seldom you see that so many。佢本身都係基本上係一個荒廢嘅村嚟嘅，咁所以反而而家你要幫佢揾翻。咁而當有個咁嘅公眾嘅一啲關注或者興趣嘅時候咧，其實佢先至會帶動到一個比較良性嘅循環，就係會唔會裡面有啲嘅屋要復修啦，有啲。
將來變成可能一個文化教育村落嘅，因為我自己覺得香港有好多村啊，或者好多歷史 background， 其實係可能係慢慢消失緊嘅。希望就將來呢條村又唔會完全好似好旅遊化路線，純粹觀光就算，而係可能真係一個教育。
Thousands gathered in front of Greece Parliament on the second anniversary of the tragic 2023 train collision that claimed 57 lives. On February 28, 2023, a passenger train travelling from Athens to Thessaloniki collided with a freight train near Larissa, leaving more than 350 passengers on board. As public anger continues to mount, citizens across Greece and abroad are demanding justice for the victims. Demonstrations were held in hundreds of cities, putting increasing pressure on the government to take accountability and address the concerns surrounding the accident. The rally was a powerful reminder of the need for systemic changes in the country's rail safety measures.
Βγαίνουν τελέχοι της Νέας Δημοκρατίας, κοροϊδεύουν όλο τον κόσμο. όλο τον κόσμο.
Pope Francis spent a peaceful night and is continuing to rest as he recovers from double pneumonia, the Vatican confirmed on Friday. His condition is reportedly improving, but doctors emphasize that he still requires more days of clinical stability before they can update their cautious prognosis. The Pope's health remains a concern, with his medical team closely monitoring his progress as he fights this serious condition. The Vatican has requested continued prayers for his recovery.
Jakie prawie pijak.